Yes, I have been in a domestic abuse crisis, and all my environment's covered for my abuser. And I'm at the shelter. They made me wait 2 weeks to speak with the case manager, and she knows that I'm trying to flee abuse and only wants to give me insurance for MAPS. But all locations treat me like this. The domestic violence organization that I was at, Denton County Friends of the Family, wanted me to get mental dental treatment, and then she offered dental and nothing to save my life, and then put me out before I can get the rest of the services. And on blatant lies, but this endangers my safety if all parties cover for this man for profit and leave me in his abuse. That's pretty extreme if every place you're going on the planet conspires with your abuser for profit, including police departments and CPS. So I've been forced to live in a tent because all places under the radar was denying me services, and I started to have to record my calls to get evidence of how I was being railroaded and blacklisted. These ambulance and fire trucks have came multiple different times this morning. Every single day, they're always waiting. It seems like they're waiting on me to come. If this man is controlling that shows clear-cut mental illness. There's always people interrupting me. It's just the strangest thing, ma'am. So I know you can't really hear me, but they do this every single day at multiple different locations. Hold on. Let's let them pass. I can't hear you. What's your employee ID?
This is Tiana Clark.
What's your employee ID?
Let me think. What is my employee ID?
Yeah, I know. Scammers need time.
It's a 5216.
5216? Okay.
Or is it 521?
I don't know. Maybe the feds can figure it out if they ever do law enforcement.
Okay. What's your address?
Right now, conspiracy to violate rights is a felony charge, but no one will investigate it. I've been reporting it for years that these shelters mistreat me, exclude me, isolate me, even churches. To the degree I was assaulted and drug out of one and thrown onto the concrete.
I'm sorry.
But
I locked the information you're giving me. Are you going to be wanting to speak to an officer then?
yeah, I'm just kind of curious on why no one will protect me from this man. And taking bribes is criminal. Conspiracy to violate rights is a felony. Tampering with evidence is a felony. Obstructing justice is a felony. And those are just the minor charges that I know. Harassment and with stalking is a felony, and I have to endure that at most of these locations. Not only are they depriving me of services to flee him, they conspire with my abuser and let people violate me, mistreat me, and torment me daily, day in to day out. There's 5 grievances here that no one will respond to, and this happens at all the locations I stay at. They cover for people in violating me, and it looks like shelter staff are enlisting people to do it. That's what it looks like, so then they cover for it.
Okay. I can send you an officer. Are you going to be waiting by that location?
Yeah, but each time I call and speak with the officer on my phone, they normally cover for crimes. And each time they were demanding me to call 311, they closed all of the cases, sent me emails that they were closing them, and didn't even call me. One case they called me, but the rest of them, they only called me one time. Then I kept getting emails. It's like my abusers manipulating the emails. They won't investigate that either. Some emails I received that were backtracked to cover for crimes, and then they just send me emails saying that they closed it. There's a lot of other crimes being committed in emails that I haven't had time to upload. But ma'am, I just don't know how many patterns equal an arrest. I don't think that mentally ill people need to abuse power and not have consequences just because they're wealthy. But apparently all my environments don't see it the same way. They conspire with it.
Okay, I can send somebody out there, and do you have the case numbers of the cases that were closed?
No, it's uploaded to the channel. People never have it. I can't get records and a paper trail. Would you like me to get it? Would you like me to get it? Because I have the email. Cleaner. The time now is 9:29. The business isn't open.
I'll get somebody out there.
Did you ask for them? But you asked for it. What was the purpose of you asking for it if you don't want it?
I'm sorry. No, I'm saying that if you have the police report numbers, that way they can help you when they get out there and see which cases were closed.
They only bully me and mistreat me and cover for crimes and then blame me for it. Okay. There's another cleaner to the right.
Okay, then I'll get you somebody else so they can help you, okay?
Sure. Let's see how this goes.
Okay, thank you.
He's just guarding the walkway with the broom and dustpan, not using it. Like all other locations.
Hello, Moto.
Hello?
Hello, Kiana?
Yes.
Hello, this is Parker. So please give me a call back.
Yeah, I mean, if the government breaks up felonies for themselves, they can, do what they want and not to not get accountability. I understand that you don't want to come and incriminate anyone, so it's better for you to not get your charges to just call me on the phone. I can't stop the government officials from breaking the law. I've tried. So however which way that you're forcing me to do this, because they never came the other day or any other day to, not be incriminated. Either they'll come, bully, violate to conceal crimes, which is misconduct and I thought perhaps criminal. If you're tormenting someone and oppressing them trying to do reports, but it's repeatedly unaddressed. So if you're demanding that I do this over the phone so people don't get charges, that's the way it has to be.
No, ma'am, I've spoken to you before, and every time I try to talk to you, you berate me with insults, so I figured I would try a different approach, and I'm asking, what can I help you with today?
Yeah, I'm not quite certain why you want to. I just address charges, and bringing an insult is not a charge. But people repeatedly deflect on crimes that I'm reporting to punish me for reporting them. That's a pattern I've had to endure. So no one cares about the living hell I've been through. I know that you blame me for talking while you were talking, but it's apparent that you're doing it. But I can't stop the abuse. So let me go ahead and let you have the floor doing my report. Go ahead.
How can I help you
I was
today?
telling you, but you interrupted me doing the report. It makes it impossible to do a report from the slander and misconduct. I think that's the point. I was trying to do one, but you interrupted me and then blamed me for it. Am I able to speak now?
I don't know, Miss Kiana. Do you need police assistance, or are you calling and wasting time?
I just don't think my abuser should be enlisted people to make these toxic calls. He needs to present it to himself. Why don't he call me like other human beings and prank me and insult me and mistreat me instead of doing it like others? I'm doing it this way. Why don't he just do it like others? And why is he a coward and have other people call and violate me? Have him do it on his own. Let him be a man. Nonetheless, if you are enforced to do it, what was your badge number again?
Parker 8425.
Well, not everybody's able, so you can do it, Parker. So am I able to do the report now?
That's what I'm trying to understand is what you need a report done for.
Right. Like I mentioned before, when you so rudely interrupted me and blamed me for it, government officials refuse to abide by the law and rack up felonies repeatedly and then blame me for it. I think they're taking bribes and protecting this stalker that's psycho and wealthy. But some kind of way, they have become mentally ill with him and do everything that he says to do. And I think that's a threat to national security because mentally unbalanced people from horror movies shouldn't be running the government. But government officials are blinded by that for profit. So it was mysterious that the school got shut down and then everything got shut down with COVID. So I'm repeatedly at environments that of abuse and nothing's repeatedly done even though it's federal crimes. For people to be dropped off, my abuser to drop off his own staff to enforce abuse and other crimes. And the crimes to hack my phone to keep people from all these racked up felonies they chose to rack up for themselves. So how do I do it if all he does is bribe people and enlist them in his abuse everywhere I'm at? And then blame me for it. Because they can't abide by the law. It's my fault. So I don't know what to do. Every shelter I go to and every location I go to covers for him and the government's crimes and leaves me in it and then blames me for it. So I've waited 2 weeks for my social worker and she only wants me to give me health insurance. And then they sabotage that whenever I get that. There's dental and everything else. There's food stamps, but she only wants to help me with insurance to sabotage. So if everywhere, all locations, all of them sabotage assistance, that's conspiracy to violate rights, and that's a felony charge, federal charge. But you guys refuse investigation for it like you're setting it up.
Okay, I'll document call notes, Miss Kiana, this is not something I can write a report for because if I'm being honest, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I think you do, and that's what's the report number that you're going to give me? Because the non-sabotaging investigation and the conspiracy I thought were federal charges. Obstruction of justice, which is a felony. I'm not quite certain because everyone sabotages legal information, and when I'm in jail on false charges, they deprive me of my right to go to the legal library.
Okay, Miss Kiana, hold
And
on.
then my phone tampers with evidence and then hides legal information from me too. I'm reporting crimes. It's kind of like a conflict of interest. I'm not able to hear. I was making an emergency call. This is how you camouflage stalking.
Police, fire, EMS, or mental health services?
Yes, I called for the police department. Is this the police department's new way of tampering with evidence? Calling to not come out and incriminate themselves and then blame me for it? So I'm at 710 Red River Street. I'm sorry?
What's the address you need police at?
I was telling you and you interrupted me. That's what the officer was doing and then blame me for it.
No, ma'am. This is 911. This is an emergency line. If I have to interrupt you just to get the information I need, go ahead with the address.
I was giving you the address, but you interrupted me, which is bad customer service. 710 Red River Street.
What's your name?
It's Kiana Clark. So I guess the police don't want to incriminate themselves and don't want to come out and then scam that they're calling me to insult and violate me for trying to do reports.
Let me get my questions answered first. What's going on there?
I was telling you, you're doing it again. This is psychologically abusive, and you guys haven't had accountability for your crimes.
This is 911. Tell me the emergency or I'm going to disconnect.
The emergency is that you need to be held accountable, and the feds need to do something about you. This is criminal.
Call us back if you have one.
It's pointless. Good day for him. I'm just not quite certain how many felonies equal an arrest.